Good morning, fellow YouTubers. It's Sunday morning, the 20th of October 2024, and I'm just off out for another adventure. And today I haven't got the dog with us, like I've just left him at home because I'm going back down into Yorkshire, like sheep country. So I've left him at home this time. I'll bring him out next week, I think. So today's journey is going to take us back down to Yorkshire via A1, take off junction 50. We go along the B6136 past Catterick Army Camp and then head over down towards Leyburn area, which is Leyburn, and then on the A684 I'm going to be turning left into a little tiny village called HARMBY, and there's a waterfall just in the middle of the village. I've had it earmarked for quite a few months now, and then I've just saw a video on it again, so that reminded us I wanted to go and see it. So I've checked it to see exactly where it is located, and I'm going to be parking my car on a bit of a bank, and then you walk through the houses on the left, and then you're following the path, the certain pathway that takes you down to see the top of the waterfall, and then you go down over a bridge which crosses the burn itself, where the water's coming racing down. It looks quite nice actually, so I can't wait to see it. And depending on the weather and see time restraints, I might just continue down towards Gale, further down in Yorkshire, to go and see the Gale Force waterfall as well. It depends on how I feel. We'll see how it goes anyway. But I just want to give you a quick update, the date, the time and where I'm going, Yorkshire. Right, so I've gone all the way down the A1, like I say, to junction 50 or 52, I think it is. Then you turn right onto the B6136, drive through Catterick, and then I'm not going the same way that I went last time. I've actually found some shortcuts that I'm going to be taking today to get to HARMBY. So instead of going all the way along Bord Moor and then turning left on the B6316 or 6108 and then heading back down towards Leyburn and turning left, so I'm like basically doubling back on myself. I've decided to take some shortcuts to just go directly to the village of HARMBY, which is HARMBY, HARMBY. Right, so I'll bring you back. Bye for now. Okay, I've done 48.4 miles from South Shields on the A1M, and I've taken the junction 52 off because I'm going to turn right here to go towards Catterick Army Base. So I'm going right round this roundabout and cross over the top of the A1 where I've just left. I'm on the hard shoulder going up to the roundabout now. Turn right and go over the next roundabout and then straight on towards Catterick Army Base. And then 3/4 way along I'll be turning left and start taking some of my shortcuts. With it being dark though, I won't be able to see what marker posts I've wrote down on my bit of paper what I look for when it comes to my turns, but I'll take my time and I'll do it like. But I've just pulled over on the hard shoulder just so I can make this recording to see how many miles I've done so far from South Shields. And like I say, it's 48.4 miles, and they're on the brown sign it's saying to the right, Catterick Racecourse. Straight on is Richmond Equestrian Centre, but I'm going to be turning right, like I say, going back over the top of the A1M that I just left, and then heading in towards Catterick. Right, so I'll bring you back. Bye for now. Right, I've just stopped at my usual place at a farmer's access gate here, going up his fields here. Just as I've turned off the A1M and come onto the B6136 heading in towards Catterick and the Catterick Army Base. This is where I normally stop because I know it's a big wide pull-in place where you can get right off the road. So I've just had a quick way there, and I'm just going to quickly check me notes as well to see where I've got to turn left and turn right and all that when I get to the roundabout where I'm going to be turning left past going towards Catterick Army Base. I just thought I'd make a quick video to show you where I am. It's pitch black so you can't really see much, but it's just to catalogue me journey of where I'm going to Yorkshire. Right, how many miles have I done to this lay-by? 48.8 miles so far. Right, so I'm going to jump back in the car, read my instructions there I've wrote down on the on my bit of paper as to where I turn left, turn right, and this and that. Like I say, I normally go down the main road, Leyburn Road, past the Catterick Army Base, and then along Bord Moor then turn left onto B6108 and head towards Leyburn that way. But instead of going all the way like forward and dropping back on myself to go to the waterfall, I'm just going to start taking zigzag shortcuts to get to it directly instead of doubling back on myself, just to save a little bit fuel. Right, so without further ado, I'll jump back in the car and I'll continue with my journey. So bye for now. Okay, I've drove through Catterick past all the shops and the petrol stations coming into the Catterick village itself, and then I've come to the roundabout where you turn left to go to Scotton. That's SCOTTON, Scotton. And I've got to go along this road now and keep looking for a red post box, a little square post box on a post, and then that's indicating that I've got to turn right next, and it's turn right onto Hawkswell Lane. Is it turn right? No, Hunton Road, HUNTON, Hunton Road. So that's going to be my next turns anyway. But I've just pulled over on the left hand side here just so I can make a quick video just to see how many miles I've done so far, which is 51.6 miles from South Shields. And I'm like in the heart of like Catterick Army Base. We can see the high fences with barbed wire, razor wire on the top. Right, so I've just got to drive along this quiet road now past the Army Base Club on the left hand side, and a few other things I took notice of when I was doing the maps. Like this red notices all over the shop. If you see something, report it. Like if you see something suspicious, basically. Right, so bye for now. I'll just continue along looking for this little post box on the left hand side, then I've got to turn right. So bye for now. Okay, I've come through the village of Scotton and I was looking for my left turn, and I found a little red post box on its metal pole. It's just after the sign for Scotton. I've turned right and now I'm on Hunton Road, and I've got to follow this road all the way along till I come to a T-junction. Then I've got to turn right onto Hawkswell Lane for about 5,000 yards. Then I'm going to turn left onto Hawkswell Road, I think it is. Turn left onto Hawkswell, yeah, and then Hawkswell Road at the crossroads, right? So it's right left basically. Like I say, instead of going the normal way down to Leyburn and going down into the village of Leyburn and turning left at the painted roundabout on the road and then heading along the A684 towards Harmby that way, I'm just sort of like zigzagging, crisscross, dropping down, going right down, right down, right down, right all the time, going towards the waterfall. So I'm just saving on fuel and just going there direct instead of doubling back on myself. Right, so 52.8 miles I've done so far, and it's just after 6 o'clock and daylight doesn't come in until 7, so I'm just taking my time just driving there. So basically hopefully by the time I get there it's enough daylight for to start recording and go down to see the waterfall. Right, so bye for now. Okay, I've done 54.7 miles and I've reached my left turn going off Hawkswell Lane onto Hawkswell Road, and on the signpost on the right hand side there it's saying Hawkswell half a mile, Constable and Burton 2.5 miles. Well, that's where I'm heading down to, Constable and Burton. That's where the junction is, where the road bends round to the right. Then I'm on the A684 and then a direct route to Harmby village where the waterfall is. So I'm getting there, but unfortunately it's turned pea soup. It's really thick with fog because of the cold morning meeting the warmer air, and it's just like you can hardly see a bloody thing. So I have to drive really slow looking for this junction in case I missed it, but I found it anyway. So now I'm going to be turning left now and going down Hawkswell Road. Right, and I'll just look on me directions now for my next turn. I think I'll go down past the village of East Hawkswell and down to the bottom and just follow the road round, and then that'll take us to my next junction. Right, so I'll bring you back. Bye for now. It's 6:28 AM in the morning, this Sunday morning, the 20th of October 2024. I've just turned off Hawkswell Lane onto Hawkswell Road, and I'm dropping down to the village now where you go down to East Hawkswell, and it's a downhill slope as you can see, and I've reached the 30 miles an hour signs, and there's your name of the village just there on the left, lit up, Hawkswell. So I've just got to drop down here, and at the bottom the road bends naturally around to the right, So I'm going round the right and I'm just following the road all the way along now. Alright, what's my next directions? Through East Hawkswell, bear right onto the A68. So I've got to just follow this road round until I get to the junction with the A684 and bear right. And then I'm on that road for the rest of the journey until I get to the left turn for to go down to HARMBY waterfall. Right, so I'll bring you back. Bye for now. Okay, it's 6:32 AM in the morning, this Sunday morning, the 20th of October 2024. I've done 55.3 miles and I've just passed through the tiny little village of Hawkswell, dropping down the bank all the time, and I've reached the natural right bend in the road at the bottom of the bank. So you pass this BT telephone box at the bottom of the hill, because I've come downhill quite a bit and I've come down out the fog so I can see a little bit better now. But yes, you come down the bottom of the road where the road's bending round the right, look, like a blind corner. So you pass the telephone box and there's a built-in post box in the wall there, the red post box. Right, so I've just pulled over here to have a quick wee as well while I'm slowing down, because I'm not driving fast at all because you can't really see anything. Right, so without further ado, I'll jump back in the car, drive around this right hand bend, then I've just got to follow the road right to where I meet the junction with the A684 and bear right. It's something Cotton or Burton or something. Right, so bye for now. Okay, I've drove all the way down through East Hawkswell. It's been downhill most of the way till you get to the bend in the road where the telephone box is and the post box in the wall. Then I've just followed the road all the way down, past loads of double metal gates going into farm access roads, and I've come all the way down to the bottom, and now I'm at the T junction with the A684 where you've got to give way, and I'm turning right here. So you can see the sign there lit up with me headlamps. It's saying Constable to the right, quarter of a mile, Burton, and then Leyburn is 4 miles. Then to the left you've got Hunton, 1.5 miles, and Catterick, 6 miles. So you can continue that way to go towards Catterick as well, back towards Catterick Army Base. But I'm just going to be coming back the same way I'm coming down to go to the HARMBY waterfall. So I'm now going to be turning right here now and then heading along towards HARMBY on the A684. Right, so bye for now. Okay, I've turned right at that junction. I'll have to stop recording now. You know, it's amazing this early hour in the morning. I'm on a very, very, very thin, quiet country lane, and I've just pulled over to do a bit of recording there to put the signpost on video, and not one car, 2 cars have pulled up behind us, so I've had to stop recording, pull forward, and then pull over to the left hand side here. There's an access into a farm access road, so I've just pulled over to the left just as I'm reaching the 40 miles an hour. So I'm at the village going into Constable and Burton. So I'm going down to the bottom of the road here, and the road just naturally bears around to the right onto the A684, and I'm going right anyway towards the crossing over the top of the railway lines where it's lights controlled. So I'll have to drive along there slowly looking for the red lights and then look to see if it's green so I can go over the railway lines in single file sort of thing. Right, so bye for now. Okay, I've done 59.5 miles and I've just reached the brick sign there on the left hand side of the road saying HARMBY. So I'm here at the village now, and I've got another 1,000 yards or something to drive up past these 40 miles an hour signs. And then where you see a red triangle up ahead where you've got the junctions left to right, well, mine will be on the left going down the bank towards parking up on the bank, and that's where I'm going to park up and set up my time lapse to point down the bank. So there's been high up, I'll be able to see across the top of the cars in front if any of those are parked on the bank, and I'll be able to get a nice time lapse of the daylight coming in hopefully. And then I'll be going to be parking just past the bus stop on the left hand side, and then you've got the pathway cutting through the 2 bungalows. So that's where you start the water to go towards seeing the waterfall. So I've never been here before, but I've had this waterfall earmarked for to come and see it for a long time. So I thought, right, I'll come and see it today. Now the weather's supposed to be going to be shit later on today, so that's why I've come out early for to get here to drive, get to no problem, which I have. I've just had to slow down on certain sections of the road because it was like pea soup. You couldn't see a damn thing. It was hard to keep an eye on the road because there's no white markings in the road. It was just like country lanes. So, but I've getting here anyway after just following me directions that I wrote down on a bit of paper. But I'm just about here now, so I don't need my paper anymore. Right, so bye for now. Right, I've gotten to the junction where I've turned left to drop down the bank. And obviously I've just passed the bus stop. I was looking for a place where I can park the car where there's no cars in me in front of us, basically, so I can set up my time-lapse camera to point past the cars. But I've just drove down the bank and there's just no spaces, and where there is spaces of cars, it's access to people's houses, so you can't park across the drives. So I went halfway down the bank there. I've had to turn around and come back to the top of the bank again, and I've turned around again at the top of the bank just before I hit the A684 again, and I've turned the car around, and I've just rolled past the bus stop on the left hand side, and I've got this car in front of us here now, this VW. So I'm just trying to park in a place where I've got some height where I can set my time-lapse camera away to see over the top of the cars and see the sky in the distance in front of us. Right, so I'm just gonna jump out the car now and see what my situation is, because I've just bumped up on the curve and then dropped off it. So I'm right next to the curb. So I'm leaving as much room as possible for people to drive past all these parked cars and get into the driveways, etc, etc. Right, so I always park responsibly wherever I go. Right, so bye for now. It's 7:16 AM in the morning. I've managed to get one space closer to the waterfall parking spot. I was parked behind this black VW, but there was a gap between that and the next car where the pathway starts to go to the waterfall, where you can see the wooden marker post there with it painted on white waterfall words on it. So basically you follow the path and drop down the stairs in between the cottage here and the grounds of the parish church where this bench seat is. And there's a carved out stone here in the middle of the wall. It says here, HARMBY Parish Pinfold. I don't know what pinfold means. Right, so obviously when I get more daylight, I've got my time-lapse going at the moment to pick up the daylight coming in, and I'm just going to sit in the car and wait for daylight to come in. It'll probably be about 8 o'clock-ish. But there you've got HARMBY Parish Council signpost here, and then you've got the wooden marker post pointing down towards the waterfall, which is just off the side of the road here basically, so you haven't got to walk far. I was just pulling up and squaring up the car to get as close to the pavement as usual, and there was spots of rain coming down on my windscreen. I thought, oh shit. So I think it is going to be shitty later on today, but that bit of a breeze is just keeping it off at the moment. But you can hear the waterfall from the road here. Right, so you can see the traffic going along the A684 at the top of the bank there, but it's a really steep bank this thing. So what I might do is actually turn my wheels inward, so if it does for some reason or other start to creep forward, it'll hit the curb, because it is a bit of a bank, like I say, it's quite steep. So basically at the top of the road here is the A684, where I'd normally be coming along from Leyburn village and just come along to this junction here and turn right and drop down at this bus stop here. Because your waterfall is just down there, you can hear it. Sounds like it's running quite well as well, so hopefully I'll get some nice footage of it. But it comes down from across the road. There's a channel of water coming through two brick walls, it comes underneath the road and then starts dropping down to where the waterfalls are. Right, so what's the name of this close? Where these cars are all parked. Curlew Close, I think it's called. Yeah, Curlew Close. So you can see the bank I'm parked up on. But it was really thick pea soup coming along two of the roads I was coming along, like skinny country lanes. So I had to put both front and back fog lights on. Right, so when I finished this waterfall, I could go left and go towards Leyburn, then turn left again, go down to Wensley, and then head further into Yorkshire and go and see the waterfall at Gale or something like that. But that's the signpost pointing down where I am. Leads down Harmby, Spennythorne and East Witton. So Spennythorne is 1 mile further down the bank there where I've parked. You see my red light on the back of my car. Right, so like I say, if you cross over the road where the wall is, look over the wall. In fact, I'll go and have a quick look now. Don't think I'll be able to see much though. But this is where the water channels underneath the road here and drops down there, as you can hear. I mean, I could have drove into here and parked here and just pointed my car along the road there. Right, this is where the channel of water's coming down, look. Going underneath the road. I'll film it again later on when I get more daylight. But it's coming up, it's coming down from the hills up there, like I say. And it's going straight underneath the road here. Where this white painted slows on the road. And I'm at the pub, the Pheasant Inn. Caravans welcome. Right. So there's the other side of the channel where it's coming underneath this brick wall here and dropping down. It's about 10 to 20 foot drop. Right, so I'll go back to my car, just sit in it and just wait for a bit more daylight and start recording with my GoPro 9. Well, there's your signpost, like I say, pointing in the direction we have just come along from Constable and Burton, 2.75 miles. If you continue, you go to Patrick and Brompton and Beedale on the A684. And then left is where I would normally be coming in till I found out these shortcuts. Go to Leyburn, 1 mile, Richmond, 10 miles, Hawes, 18 miles. Right, so I'm going to drop back down to the car. I'm just leaving the engine running, so it's charging up the Digipower battery, which is then in turn charging up my GoPro 8 that I do the time lapses with. So I'm actually doing a time lapse now as we speak, and then when I'm ready to turn off the car engine, I'll press the button on my Digipower battery again, start constantly recording, so that'll get a long time lapse. Right, so here's the bus stop on the left, and I pulled up behind this black VW at first, but then I seen the little gap next car down where the waterfall sign is, so I'll just pull forward again and drop in there. Right, so I'll bring you back. Bye for now.